EGX is the UK's largest gaming event, and this year's turnout was stellar. With games such as Star Wars Battlefront, The Division and Assassin's Creed Syndicate taking centre stage, we thought we'd give you a rundown of the games we played and our thoughts on these gigantic titles coming out in the next year or two. Beloved in the hearts of many gamers is the Star Wars Battlefront saga, and the quick 15-minute game time we received from EA proved exactly why it is so loved amongst gamers. We were thrown into the sandy plains of Tatooine to play a survival horde mode in which we were tasked with taking down stormtroopers, ATSTs and other Imperial scum from the furthest corners of the galaxy. Starting up the game, we had 4 weapons to choose from, with anything ranging from smaller, lighter pistols to more damaging, rapid-firing heavy blasters. Also thrown into the mix were jetpacks and energy shields, alongside some extra bonuses to give you the upper hand during gunfights. Once we began, enemies began flooding in thick and fast. The gunplay felt clean and effective, and the hit detection didn't feel spongy, but precise. As we progressed, more and more enemies flooded into the map with varying weapons, abilities and strength. We bumped into snipers, jetpack troopers and many more differing types of bad guys. We had 6 waves to go through, and we managed to get to wave 6 before being gunned down by an ATST, but despite our short time in the game, we recognised the huge potential behind Battlefront's survival mode, with weapon pickups, objective defensives and a soaring musical theme. We thought Star Wars Battlefront was an absolute spectacle. With its own cult community, the original Mirror's Edge was an awesome first-person adventure that captivated audiences because of its innovative movement system and simplistic graphic style. Catalyst reboots the series and places the badass protagonist of the game, Faith, in the City of Glass, an open-world, minimalistic cityscape that holds host to numerous amounts of challenges. The first of these was a bog-standard time trial which required us to get from point A to point B in the quickest time possible, in an extremely similar manner to the original Mirror's Edge. The second was a billboard hack, which required us to climb vertically to the top of a building, find a billboard and convert the corrupt government's propaganda into our own sigil. And the final challenge was a package delivery, in which we had to fight through numerous enemies to take a secret package to a marked location. The movement was fluid and momentum based, with a superb environment to roam around in. The City of Glass felt amazing to traverse, and secret nooks and crannies such as openable doors, air vents and open windows meant that the environment was massively explorable, with huge payback in the form of collectibles and shortcuts. The soundtrack was also extremely inspiring, with minimal synthwork and electronic sounds coming into play. We definitely think Mirror's Edge Catalyst has the potential to become one of the greatest games of the forthcoming year. Now technically we've already played this game multiple times, but we thought we'd include this on the list quickly for those who didn't play the beta. Black Ops 3 is a lot of fun. What impresses me most about the game is the fact that it manages to strike a balance between fast and slow gunplay, with some sections of the map forcing methodical and slow movement, while others forcing quick and complex actions to make the most of the match. We played a single game of Hardpoint on the map Combine, and the game is still looking fresh after its extremely successful beta run, but if you'd like to see more gameplay, we have plentiful amounts of videos of Black Ops 3 on the channel, so please go check those out. A tadpole in a sea of sharks is the chaotic and high-octane Just Cause series, which hasn't quite pushed itself to the shelf-splitting levels of Grand Theft Auto and other open-world franchises, but it still remains a cult classic amongst those fortunate enough to play. A hell-bent, destructive adventure that puts players into the shoes of series star Rico Rodriguez once again, Just Cause 3 is a surefire contender for my game of the show, which is surprising considering how I haven't played a huge amount of the previous titles. Square Enix staff were keen to let us know that the destruction was the core of the game, and the returning Chaos meter played a key role during our demo, with the players who earned the most Chaos points receiving a Sony Entertainment Bundle, including a TV, soundbar and a PlayStation 4. Returning with a grappling hook and parachute from previous games, but this time, Rico was equipped with a wingsuit. This allowed him to soar seamlessly through the skies of Medici, the location of the game, with ease while also combining the new feature with his previous abilities. Tethering things together also allowed you to make catapults, traps and a whole host of other weaponry with only 2 clicks of your grapple. Driving felt heavy but in a sense that it wasn't clunky, and explosions and lighting effects stole the show for me with the fiery oranges and reds illuminating the sky. And the world didn't feel huge and barren, but lively and vibrant. You'd often find in these games with huge open maps that there's not a lot to do, there's a lot of empty space, but Just Cause 3 makes the most of this huge space they have by filling it full of activity. Just Cause 3 is a contender for being one of the biggest releases of 2015 and really surprised me with just how much I was smiling whilst I was playing. So those were the games that really caught our eye at EGX this year. If there were any on this list you'd like to know more about, or any that you guys played that we didn't list, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching guys, we'll talk to you soon.